I blame those stupid fucking collars.
Nah, back off, man.
Yeah.
I asked if we're ready. I'm not ready. Hey, welcome to City Dads. We are the podcast where we pretend the City SC games matter as an excuse to hang out with the boys. I am Brent Thomas Callahan. To my left, we have Ryan Dunning-Kruger Ballard. What it do?
What's up, man?
And to my right, by default, because he knows anything about soccer, he knows the most about soccer, our soccer expert, Corey Smith. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I didn't understand the first reference of the show.
You can Google it later.
I didn't either.
Was it from one of the other previous episodes that I did?
It's in episode 2. Feel free to listen anytime you want.
It's in the queue.
I like to poke fun at Ryan. To that point today, Corey and I think, might play a little bit of game. We're going to try and do some gentle parenting. Ryan and I have both found 18 gentle parenting statements that we're going to try and lob at Ryan every time he gets, I don't know, out of line or just
Petulant.
Ryan.
I can say, again, you can try and gentle parent me. You're in for a long fucking day. Just, you think a couple words is going to keep me in line? Mm-mm.
It's okay to feel angry.
All right.
We're joining you today from Sneaky's Bar and Grill. As always, Ryan, can you tell them about Sneaky's before we get into this?
Sneaky's Bar and Burger Joint, Edwardsville, Illinois. Smashed Wagyu burgers, tots. Some of the best beer in the town. Come check them out. They're awesome. They're our host, our studio sponsor, and recap sponsor.
Welcome back. What we've got on tap today. We got a bunch to talk about. We're going to talk about that absolute dog shit show that the City SC put on yesterday against Austin. I'd like to hear about a daddy of the match if one of those exists. We've got a bunch of daddy issues we've been chatting about this week, so we can run through
Bad week for dads.
those things. And then we'll hopefully get out of here at a reasonable time today. Corey, for the love of God, let's talk quickly about that match. What happens?
Yeah. The most important, the priority of the podcast is making sure it's short.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll just
Is
keep
that
this
enough
on
soccer talk?
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really, really, really bad. It was losses at home are bad, and watching that game was miserable.
Yeah, boring. Pretty boring.
It was terrible. It was
Yeah.
absolutely terrible. You had an indication it was going to be a long day when the lineup came out. It's a new formation, a new lineup. I was lost, real lost. You're looking at the lineup and there's 4 center backs in there. So right away, I don't know it's too many. There's too many center backs. There's wing backs. There's one wing back, but he's not playing wing back. He's going to play midfield this week, right? So they end up lining up with Vollen at midfield, Hebert at right wing back. We all know how big a fan I am of Kyle Hebert. So if we can get him the ball more and get him attacking more and making more passes, I think that's a plan for success. And then you saw Hartel at center forward, which I think again maybe like the second time.
That was sarcasm. About the
Oh,
thing.
It's not good.
I'm going to mark that in post as blue font.
You capitalize every other.
Mm-hmm.
So those were like the 3 big question marks for me. Vollen, Hebert, Hartel. I think they were all terrible, huge misses, big 3 red X's.
Yeah, but can you blame them? I mean, all playing out of position in weird spots, and what are you doing? It's weird.
I don't understand why you shuffle around that many people. Here's the thing: it's not fair for us to second guess it for every reason, but most notably, like I'm not a professional soccer coach, and I didn't see the team train for the last 2 months or whatever. So I'm sure they worked on it. I'm sure there was execution issues.
You go with that, and you have Totlin and not hurt, healthy. Maybe different, right? Like
I would hope so.
Right, but
I do hope so for the rest of the season's sake.
yeah, it was just terrible. I mean, it was just. I remember seeing it, and then you sent I think this is the lineup of like how they're going to be, and you're like, all right,
yeah,
it's all defense, and you're like, well, we're not going to score. I knew that right away.
I sent a message to my brother-in-law, who probably doesn't listen to the show, saying City looking for a draw at home. To which he replied, because he knows that I don't know anything about soccer, no home team looks for a draw. And I said, tell that to the 9 defenders that are starting.
Yeah,
That
right,
looked
yeah.
to me
Yes.
like we were just hoping for a 0-0. Let's get out of here.
You're playing for draws. So here's the we keep talking. I know I said it kind of tongue in cheek that the defense is fixed, and I think I haven't looked it up. I think we probably still have the best defensive record in the league. We've given up
2 goals.
2 goals in 5 games,
Mhm.
but it's very obviously not fixed. You're just robbing Peter to pay Paul. You've got no offense because you're just stacking your roster with defenders,
Mhm.
playing behind the ball, trying to press and disrupt and not let the other team have build up, which is great, but you're not creating any offense. No opportunities, nothing in front of goal. I don't even know where you start. I do know where you start because there was a weather delay. And thankfully, we saw a different team come back in whatever that 70-something minute. He makes a bunch of subs, notably Klaus, Ostrak, Celio, which were the 3 subs I think I said should have been made at halftime.
Mhm.
But, there was a lot of reasons to see another 30 minutes of that first lineup, right? Like everybody in that stadium saw that first 45 minutes when it's coming. Just run it back.
It's a question too early of that.
Real quick, that was sarcasm too.
It's all
Okay, more sarcasm. Making a note more.
any
Sarcasm.
compliments that I make are not they're jokes.
Like when we talk about it.
I'm
Oh,
talking to Ryan.
Ostrak, why not Ostrak whole game? Why not? Why are you playing Volum in that spot where Ostrak's he's more of a midfielder. He's more of that. It's like, I don't. Yeah.
The way he played and the way he has played in the 15 minutes he's gotten this year, I don't know why he's not starting in front of any of those midfielders. Like Morales is one-dimensional. Durkin wandered more that game than I've ever seen him wander, which they probably told him he could.
Yeah.
But
you got 5 defenders.
right. Go nuts.
Yeah. 4 center backs.
He was an off-leash dog park. He was everywhere.
It's I don't know. It's just it's a boring. When you get a boring game like that, it sucks, and you're just whatever. It's just crap. Because again, 2 weeks back to back, we can just probably put down crap.
You said this last week though. The moment they scored the first goal, you were like, "Well, good try."
It's deflating.
Yeah.
But I know we're not getting 2 goals.
Can we talk though? If we're talking game talk here, what's the announcer's name? Who's the announcer this week?
Oh, I missed it. I didn't make note of it though. I forgot his name. I didn't
I
write
was
it
in
down.
the stadium.
Yeah.
You just see him
What do you
watching
have?
like
Because I have an opinion too.
Bukhari.
Yeah.
Bukhari.
Yeah.
Bukhari.
Every time.
Every time
What'd you hear?
Bucati, he would say Bucati,
Mm-hmm.
but like there's no T in that name.
He begs to differ.
And
Do you
but
know where Bukhari's from?
I don't. But I don't know a lot. Like I don't know. All I kept hearing was Bukaki. Is all I heard
Oh,
Well,
in the entire game.
yeah.
you made a mistake.
Yeah.
Ryan, how do you think this oops can help us learn today? That's 2, Corey.
That's all I could hear every time. And obviously, if you're looking daddy of the match, Bukhari, probably the guy. He probably had the best game. He created the first goal, created the only goal, I guess.
Yeah, like create is a real interesting word to just all he did was dribble. He
Right.
put his head down and he dribbled through 4 St. Louis City defenders
Seemed like enough.
and then scored from
They're
there.
on scholarship too, you know?
I don't think anyone out there is on scholarship.
Do you feel any better because I think I looked at the table this morning. They're number 2 in the conference.
They are now.
Yeah, after
If
our.
we would have won, we would have been second.
That's true.
So no, that's the answer. You don't feel any better about it.
I don't.
Okay.
I do not think Austin's a good team. I'm on record saying we did this last week, and I said Austin wasn't a great team, and they won that Sunday night, and they were in second place when we played them. I don't think they're a good team. They have some offensive firepower.
All right. Bad coach, hot diagram, right? Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Obviously, we know Olaf hot.
most hot.
Right.
Is he still on the good side of coaching here with that line? You know,
No. No.
The-
How could anyone say that it's been good?
I know
It's a small sample size.
you keep going to the,
But the thing is, sorry.
you keep going to the game, so you don't hear the announcers. Every week, the announcers tell us that Olaf says he wants an offensive mindset team, and yet, so
Seven center backs.
Play the hand
answer.
dealt, or
It
we
is
spent money.
interesting.
We spent money on offense, right?
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Like enough money to cripple the rest of the team if they don't score.
Okay.
So this is what you're seeing. It was interesting. Olaf Melberg, former center back,
Mhm.
in his playing days, may have a soft spot for him, as evidenced by bringing on Timo Baumgartel, who's everyone's been waiting to see, our brand new shiny center back, who comes on and plays the last 15 minutes holding hands with João Klaus at center forward. And I was like, well, we had the ball on the offensive end. Maybe he's there for like aerial type. Not a single direct ball played to him. He's just standing up there wasting space. And it makes no sense to me because he comes on at an injury. Someone got Durkin maybe. Someone's injured. You could have brought on literally anyone on that bench. And if you what you wanted was another forward, why are you bringing on the biggest, slowest ogre to try and score a goal? I just don't get it. None of it's making any sense.
I think Ogre's
to
a
me.
bit strong there. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him on the show.
Timo.
We
I
don't
didn't mean anything by it.
Ryan, we don't comment on other people's bodies. That's 3. It's going to be a route. I'm gonna blow him out of this.
You're gonna blow him.
I'm already.
It's not a competition. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh,
Give me that gentle parent. He's
one for you. I'm already getting bored by this. I do want to talk about the television broadcast though, because I had the same. That's not where I thought you were going.
Oh no, I just kept. You could tell he wanted to say Bukkake.
You immediately went to Bukkake
because he was like,
He was trying not
how close can I get to it? Because I'm not saying Bukhari, and he started saying Bukkake.
You think he had that in the hotel on Saturday night? You think he was? You think he was?
Shit, that is the last. Of
How do
course,
I
that's
avoid-
the video I watched
I think
on the
he-
way to the game. Now it's the only thing I can think about. Whatever you do, don't say Bukkake on national television.
So
Yeah.
for our viewers, you got 2 things to Google if you're unsure. Number 1, Dunning-Kruger. Number 2, Bukkake. Go ahead and put that in private mode. Not suitable for work.
That's classic.
What I thought you were going to say about the announcer this time, he had that same flair and flourish on the names. Like he was killing it, and you do it a little bit too with like, is it Hartle and Baumgartel? Like I don't know what it is that you swallow at the back of it. It sounds great, but I wasn't offended by this announcer, and I think it's because it didn't say City Slickers one goddamn time.
Yeah,
because that's
that
not a
helps.
thing.
That helps.
And that's why I wasn't
It's
offended by it.
City Slickers is a thing. It's just not a St. Louis City
Not
SC
a thing for our
It's
team.
not our
I'll tell
Yeah,
you
it's not
that.
our thing.
Yeah.
You can keep that one.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Is that enough soccer talk? Ladies and gentlemen, that's our recap brought to you by Homes by Janelle. Ryan, tell them about Homes by Janelle.
Yeah, Homes by Janelle, specifically Christina Schmidtling with Homes by Janelle. Check her out. She's my real estate agent. She should be yours as well. She works so hard. She's great. She makes sure her clients have everything in order. Everything's ready by the time you're ready to close. Check her out. Christina Schmidtling, Homes by Janelle. It's on the Facebook.
And we're back. All right, so we've got the recap. We've got the daddy of the match, I suppose. I wasn't really listening. Spicy takes. We've got spicy takes. Finally, again, we're back on a regular schedule thanks to the editing help that we got with Owen number 2 coming into town. We got a bunch of feedback. The praise is pouring in. And I can't be more excited to share it
Spicy
with you.
takes.
Yeah, spicy takes.
Brought to you by
Thank you.
Fathead Barbecue Sauce.
Because we had so much feedback. We very much appreciate that. Feel free to hit us on the socials, respond to any of the content that you are taking in. I think we've got 5 here today. We're going to start with AJ from Lou Dobbs' Boy Dungeon.
Okay.
That's a person that listens to the show, and
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Still don't know who Lou Dobbs is.
No,
Well, that's great because that fits in with the comment. I like you guys clowning on Brent for knowing who Lou Dobbs is. Like, he's the one who's the idiot. 10 of 10, no notes.
Okay.
Thank
Good.
you.
From Lou
Yeah,
Dobbs'
stay
Boy
tuned in.
Dungeon.
I will
Yeah.
never find out who Lou Dobbs is.
Lou Dobbs. The second one, Nathan, repeat offender Nathan from between Litchfield and Hillsborough. After watching this horrible show on YouTube for a couple of weeks, he'd like to submit his own looks like. First one he's got, Ballard looks like he can't tell the difference between Bukhari and Bukkake.
Mhm.
Feels
Yep.
like he knew what we were going to talk about today. Corey looks like he's just here for the knob slips. Also feels appropriate. And Brent looks like a cute one.
All right.
That's a win.
2 out of 3.
That guy's getting sauce regardless of what you guys say. We also have a submission from the East Carondelet bookie. I was scared the first episode without trivia wouldn't be as good, but it was surprisingly easy to masturbate to.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Probably because of the cute one.
What's up? Yeah. Right.
Who was that? The East Carondelet bookie?
East Carondelet
East
bookie.
Carondelet bookie.
Yeah.
That's John Holmes.
Did you get any pictures last
I
week?
didn't.
Disappointing.
Not yet.
The Big Blue Monkey says, how do we start a GoFundMe for the Owens? They deserve better.
Okay.
It's fair.
I agree.
We can figure that out maybe.
We can't. We cannot figure out a way to get
Send
money.
us money, but
We're still working on that beer mile. Last one we have. I'm tempted to have Corey try and pronounce the Brahmapana Rascal. You know when you overhear a conversation and instantly know you'll never forget what you've heard and will forever be worse off for hearing it? City Dads.
That's a good.
That's good too.
That's a
Yeah,
good. That's a
it's
good.
wordy, but it's pretty good. So those are our 5. We've got AJ from Blue Dobbs' Boyd Dungeon, Nathan from between Litchfield and Hillsborough with his own looks like, the East Carondelet bookie was scared but was still able to masturbate. The Big Blue Monkey wants
I
to get
think-
the Owens paid.
I would go with the new. We got a couple new people, but AJ from Blue Dogs.
AJ from Blue Dobbs' Boyd Dungeon.
Yeah, that'd be my vote.
Yeah.
East Carondelet. Because I think it's so hot when people.
You've got the bookie. Am I the tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Is that what makes me?
Or if you vote, then
Or it becomes a
New
three-way-
Owen would be
three-way
the
tie.
tiebreaker.
Oh man, I really want to vote for the one that makes me the cute one, but I'm gonna go for the double win and say it's the bookie. East Carondelet bookie
He's trying to let boogie.
wins for really enjoying the show. You know,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
a person who appreciates that. I had it.
For 10 minutes.
Can I tell you?
East Carondelet's probably our key demo, to be honest.
This is
Just
check
a lot
that
of fentanyl
Hey, all you
users.
perverts in East Carondelet.
check that out on Google Maps.
Fathead barbecue sauce. Cookout approved. It makes me look good. Fathead barbecue sauce is out of Bethalto, Illinois. Terry and Linda Payton, awesome owners, independent, shop local. They have a variety of sauces. They are just delicious. Smoked some chicken thighs on Friday night. Used sweet heat, Fathead sweet heat sauce.
Mhm.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Kid loved it. Fathead barbecue sauce out of Bethalto, Illinois. You can find them at fatheadbarbecuesauce.com. You get 15% off a bottle of your order with the promo code DADDY. Check it out. Check them out for Fathead barbecue sauce. But if you try it, you'll continue to buy it.
This isn't what's on tap. This isn't on our rundown. We didn't talk about this. I have a story about that though.
About people jerking off in East
Stay tuned.
Carondelet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
similarly,
I also have a story about jerking off in East Carondelet.
I used
You think
to
it's the same story?
be a teacher, right? A long
No,
time.
All right.
We do not have the same story.
Yeah, this is getting.
I know that you're a mandatory reporter. It's going to be okay. I'm gonna save you here. I don't know what the lesson was. It was probably something about like governing structures between early U.S. and Britain, right? It was riveting, clearly. Clearly, because as I look to my left in the classroom, there's a young man
Pocket pool?
just going to town.
Was it out of the pants or in
No,
the
it
pants?
was under, which was helpful. But I had a
For you, it probably wasn't helping him.
it was slowing him down, it seemed.
Yeah, right.
But I had an assistant teacher in the room who went over and was like, "I'm going to need you to stop that." And he's like, "It itches." And he's like, "That's not what scratching it looks like."
Yeah.
But not offended. I was flattered. Like that is engagement at the next level.
Yeah.
I wanted to put it on my performance evaluation the next year, but it didn't make it. for
Got
whatever reason.
child to edge in class? Is that
Yeah.
what you wanted to say?
Yeah. How focused are they? Very locked in.
There was a guy we went to high school with who constantly in pockets, just elbowing. And you like,
Okay.
if you ever had to like sit next to him somewhere, like always with the elbows. It's like, come on, man.
Sure. You didn't like that?
Here's the thing. I've had to tell my son several times, like, will you quit playing with your dick? Like, are you like wearing schnooks? What are you doing? Like,
Ryan,
stop
I
it.
prefer you don't yuck someone else's yum. Mark it.
We already used it.
4-1.
Daddy issues. So is that just a story about child masturbation? That was the point.
It's just the last
Should I be
time someone was horny to see Brent.
We've got a bunch of topics. So
Okay.
through the week to help our listeners.
This show is just basically us bringing our text thread.
That's right.
Half of it, 50% of it, we can never put on the internet.
No.
We had a couple topics that floated.
It's too bad for the internet.
One of us wanted to talk about cauliflower. Another wanted to talk about the pandemic resort, which I think has some legs to it.
Pandemic resort is interesting. Bree, I think you'd like this. A resort that goes back to pandemic rules. so you can't like interact with anybody else. You just get like, if you're poolside, it's not music playing. You have your own headphones on. It's like you're all friended up. I'm not trying to meet new people at the thing. I just want to get away from
Everybody's
people.
at least 6 feet away.
Everybody's 6 feet away
6 feet
from
away.
you.
If you need something, text.
Yeah,
We'll drop it off at your door.
It's
yeah.
a check-in
I just
situation.
feel
Look
like
like,
that's Airbnbs.
but I want to.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
not calling my Airbnb host for room service.
Yeah, I still want
I
room
ain't calling
service,
anyone from room service.
Well,
I'm cheap.
but that's DoorDash, I guess. But that's the
That's
but that's the all-inclusive resort, though, is that you go and you've already prepaid, so it's all-inclusive. So that's why like it's room service, but it's not. It's free.
We're
It's
also not
included.
going to call.
also, I don't want to have to talk to that DoorDash person. And I
Not-
don't want to feel bad about not having to talk to that DoorDash
Not
person.
calling
Leave it at
us.
my door. No interaction. Leave me the fuck alone. I want 5 to 7 days of being left the fuck alone.
At a resort.
Yeah, I mean, ideally.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to pay a premium.
It has to be no more than 6 days because we have to record this show on the 7th.
6 days, right?
Yeah.
God forbid I have to do it hungover from a Vegas airport.
And you keep saying call for room service. We're not calling anybody. You're
Text,
texting.
You text.
Yeah, you text. I don't know why calls are still a function on phones, frankly.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Did that
You
make
guys-
one now?
All of you guys dealt with a very manic week for me,
Yeah.
and I apologize because I called a bit.
We ask you not to.
Everyone here is just happy that you spread it out.
No
We have
means
our
no.
own thread. And we're like, it's your turn to answer, man. I did it last week. It's your turn to answer.
Okay, so there's a pandemic resort. We can agree that's a good idea where you can
I don't
simply.
know. I'm kind of turning. It's Airbnb.
But Airbnb is
It's
not a
an
resort.
Airbnb. As I'm saying, I know you're right. I don't want to go to a resort. I want to go to an Airbnb at an ocean or Mecca, but I don't.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is perfect. He can go to an Airbnb.
Right.
We can go to a resort and not talk to each other.
There you go.
Perfect. We talked about the pandemic resort. Got a couple other items here. Kessler's beef with the Blues puck shuffle. Also, speaking of the Blues have been on a tear since we started this show.
Yeah, we started the show. The first thing we said on episode 1 was the Blues suck
Yeah.
and the Cardinals are awful.
Freezing cold take.
And they first 3 games of the season, Cardinals went 3-0.
Confirmed.
Blues have
And
lost.
Blues, I don't think have lost a game since maybe. I mean, a couple. It's been in the playoffs. So yeah, you're welcome.
Henry Kessler's really upset with that puck shuffle.
I have no idea what that is. Can you tell me?
I've only been to one Blues game, but I'm not sure they did it.
So Cardinal game, cap dance, right?
Obviously.
So you're trying to find the blue symbol underneath the puck. The puck gets shot around the rink.
Yeah.
And then, it's like Shrek. It's number 3, my lord. Like that.
yeah, but what a strange reference. You
Yeah.
couldn't have any other
Weird.
matching game.
Could have just said 3-card Monty. I would have picked up immediately.
because he's from the 1930s.
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah,
adult.
see?
I understood the game. Why does he have a beef with it? What's he upset about?
He thinks they're cheating.
Oh, of course
He's,
they're
he's
cheating.
called it into
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
There's no credibility in the puck shuffle.
The 90s, when the puck shuffle first came out in like the late 90s, it was impossible. It was so fast.
Mm.
And now it's like they slowed it down for the short bus kids. And you're like, all right, that's fine.
Well, I don't think you're calling Henry Kessler a short bus child.
No, I wouldn't say that.
He's a tall drink of water.
Yeah.
And our best player, so knock it off.
Where do we fall on the beef then? Are we with the Blues who have been winning hand over fist, or are we with Kessler who do we think he's got a point here?
I hate all things like that at sporting events. The kiss cam, the
Yeah,
three-
fun,
Yeah,
all of it.
all of it.
Terrible.
I'm there to drink.
How,
Oh, that's
how
actually
dare you try and entertain me?
so. This was a 999 challenge for a baseball
He
game,
hates joy.
right? Do you know the 999
I
challenge?
don't. I'm not. Go ahead.
So 999 challenge at a baseball game is you have to eat 9 hot dogs, drink 9 beers,
Oh, okay.
in 9 innings,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
That's what. So
Yeah, you know your body. Make good decisions for your body.
God, that's a good one.
what's the equivalent for soccer? I would love to come up with one.
So, what's a baseball game like? 2.5, 3 hours?
Yeah.
All right, so you're roughly half the time.
Could you set something up like the corners? So like if you check off all like chug a
that's
beer
not bad.
every time a corner kick. So like for that corner gets a corner kick, chug a beer. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, that's a lot of variable. There's some games that have 15 corners.
But I'm saying I'm saying you chug at each individual. So once you chug at the first corner, once you have your first corner kick from whatever, you chug then, but you don't do it again.
Right. Okay. So
You
you're
go
saying
through-
you're done after the fourth corner kick,
Yes.
which could be the 20th minute.
Or for each team. So you're tracking each team, the first for each team.
I mean, I think
So you're chugging 8 beers.
You're going about it wrong.
Okay.
Work your way backwards. How many beers do you think you should have to drink?
Equivalent to the 999
If
challenge.
you're 9 and you're roughly, let's say 5.
Yeah.
You want 5?
I don't want any, but
5 in a 90-minute match.
Yeah.
Okay.
6? I don't know. How drunk you
5
are.
or 6. Okay. But also some food has to be
If you're
involved.
from Caseyville, 7.
I just would like to have some kind of activity. The other thing, like I enjoy the cup game at a baseball game. I enjoy,
Game's fun.
it's cup game is everybody puts $1 into a cup.
Okay.
If you're holding it, somebody gets a base hit, you take $1 out. Somebody
Okay.
hits a double, you take 2, triple 3, home run 4. If the cup gets under $4, everybody has to put $1 back in. But if you're holding the cup and your batter gets out, you have to put $1 in. And if he gets into a double play, you got to put in 2.
Unfortunately.
And then a walk and like a sacrifice is a push. But yeah, I just want some kind of
Right, because the games are boring as fuck.
Right now they are. When you're, if you're going to play
Higher
7
goals.
center backs, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're playing 7 center,
Yeah.
do you have a
So
beer
just
for
get
every
fucked
center
up.
back? Is that it?
No, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
We get tanked.
I don't know if we're going to solve it today. 855 City Dad, call in if you have the answer for what the 999 equivalent is.
That's enough numbers. Did we get that?
I don't know. Somebody will tell us what that number leads to. It'll be fun for everybody. All 10 of our people will call in. They're going to be
Send
so
your dick
confused.
pics to 855 City Dads.
Well, it's got to be Dad.
Dad. What did I say?
Dads.
Hmm.
855 City Dad. If you know how to solve the 999 challenge for soccer.
I just think it'd be
do
fun.
something about that.
It would be fun.
So we're already talking about gentle parenting. We also had the Rushmore of lady R&B groups from the 80s and 90s. I wanted to talk about the state of modern medicine. I'm pretty angry about that. And then collarless kids. Again, I swear to God, these collarless kids.
Collarless kids can stay on as far as I'm concerned for the rest of the goddamn year.
Someone owes me an apology, and it's both of you dickheads.
I will
I
never
refuse.
apologize.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
You're
apologize.
just-
You're going to at least admit those collars don't go all the way around. Tell me about guy in front of
I
you.
haven't seen empirical evidence
Yeah.
that those collars don't go.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you, guy who sits in front of me showed up very dapper, had the slutty short shorts. I love it.
Yeah.
Backwards hat.
What that PP do?
What that PP do? But what was it? A Twisher kid? Kits are jerseys.
Thank you.
I don't know why they call them jerseys, but it's a British thing. I
Sure.
guess.
Yeah, because
So,
they're pretentious dicks. That's why.
In the kit, and he didn't have a collar in the back, but I am not sure that he didn't.
You think he
He thought
customized
maybe
that?
it looked better.
Sure.
He's very fashionable. He could have
Yeah.
cut that out.
How upset was he? Was he getting pretty?
He was awfully upset.
Yeah.
A couple outbursts. You know how he can get.
Yeah, he get a little.
And every time he has an outburst, my wife goes, "But you want to do that too, right?" And I go, "Yeah, but I did as bad."
Now I'm imagining a guy in front of you going to some tailor and being like, no, most of the collar. No. I mean, like having to walk that guy. I need it to end around. And you just want me to cut the collar off? No, I like this bit.
Mm-mm.
I like the flappy bits.
12 inches here, 12 inches here.
Nothing on the back.
This is awful.
I need
don't want it
to
to touch my neck. If it touches my neck, I'll kill you.
maintain
That sounds-
aerodynamics.
That just sounds like he has autism. It's like a.
Whoever created those jerseys does. I'm confident.
You know how we all hate when stuff touches our necks.
Right.
Yeah.
Tags.
Everybody's brain and body works differently, and that's okay.
There it is.
You can get fucked with these.
It's a real drain on the show. It really slows us down when we get to one. We're gonna have to figure out a way to keep it moving.
I'm just telling you, I'm about to flip this table.
You can be mad without being mean. Fucking yes, that's another one.
I'm about to walk off the show.
What else is on here? Cauliflower is garbage. It's the worst.
Oh, I disagree completely. Cauliflower.
Hold on, slow down, down. Everybody, let's take a
It was
breath.
the first one on here.
I
You
know,
just blew through it like.
But we
cauliflower.
didn't introduce it. Cauliflower is the worst vegetable. That's your prep.
Do you like a cauliflower pizza crust?
Yeah,
Okay.
Great.
So there are instances where cauliflower is
it's not
acceptable.
as good as real crust, but sure.
Have you had buffalo cauliflower?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
That's-
Roasted up.
It's great. Yeah, roast
not
it,
great.
toss in buffalo sauce.
It's not great. It's a different flavored shit cauliflower.
But I have a vegetable that's bad every time, no matter what. And
Okay.
like you can make cauliflower.
Cauliflower chips with salsa. Great.
I
Cauliflower
don't want
tortilla
any of
chips.
these things.
All good. I like cauliflower.
So instead of arguing with them, can you beat it? Like, give
Lima beans. Lima beans are the worst vegetable.
I don't even know what lima beans are.
pretty trash.
See, but like you're going outside. Who would eat those?
People do. I eat them as a kid.
People in Peru.
No. Well, okay. I don't want to upset our Peruvian fans.
That's a geography joke.
Thanks, man.
I think it's Lima.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lima.
Okay, look
Is
who's
Peru the one that has like 4 capitals?
look who's pronouncing words correctly now.
Peru is
well, actually, Brent.
Peru's
pronounced
Machu
Lima.
Picchu. Machu Picchu. is in
It
Peru.
is lima beans.
Lima beans
Lima beans.
with the accent.
I'd put forward beets.
Yeah.
Beets are
Are we sure beets are vegetables?
they're a root vegetable. I looked it up.
Oh.
Yeah, I did my research. Root vegetable, and they are trash in every offering.
Let's,
they taste like dirt and regret.
Have you? I
That's-
mean,
I feel like cauliflower.
And once you process them, they're coming out exactly the same way they came in. Like to
it
the
looks,
point
it looks like you're bleeding. Yeah.
you're going to be concerned if you've
Yeah.
forgotten.
It is
let's say
it's an upsetting.
let's say you're having a few drinks, you forget what you had for dinner, you wake up the next morning, you do your morning constitutional, you're panicking immediately.
How
So-
frequently do you eat beets
once,
and tie
once
on-
I learned that lesson. Never again.
Beyond Patty. You guys ever had Beyond Patty? It's like
Sure.
the Impossible Burger
Yeah.
Beyond Patty.
Yeah.
They use beet to make it look like meat.
Oh,
They use that coloring
Okay.
to make it look like meat,
not red number 5.
not red number 5.
Good to know.
And yeah, it's
It's kinda political.
I beets are worse than cauliflower. Cauliflower doesn't have like a taste or a flavor
Yeah,
to it.
it's just vegetable.
But that's why I like it because
it tastes like dirt to me. It tastes like ground.
do you put seasoning on it? How are you cooking it? Are you
I
just like
don't.
steaming it?
I don't.
I have a question.
I
You
don't
avoid
eat
it? You avoid it?
It's shit. It's awful. Why would I eat
It's a
it?
What do you-
terrible take.
Do you use cilantro? How do you? Because there's that. Do you guys know the cilantro?
On
I
The
do,
soap.
right?
The soap.
On cauliflower? Do I put
No,
cilantro on my
Just
cauliflower?
in general, do you?
He's asking
appreciate-
if when you eat cilantro, does it taste like
No,
soap to
it
you?
doesn't. I'm not one of those people.
Okay, because that's the thing. Maybe that's your.
You
maybe you
think
got a
maybe if
cauliflower.
cilantro tastes like soap to me, that also cauliflower.
I
is
believe Nathan from between Hillsborough and Litchfield's wife is a soapy cilantro lady.
So I can pick. I can imagine it. I can imagine. I don't taste soap, but if you tell me it tastes like soap, I can be like, I see how you get there.
Yeah. Okay.
I love cilantro. It's one of my favorite. I like all Latin flavored.
What do you think I
food.
should put on my cauliflower? to
I
make
like
it edible.
Salt and pepper. Just roast it.
buffalo
Yeah.
sauce. Roasted with some salt and pepper, butter.
Salt and pepper and roasted. You
Oh,
think that'll
I
fix
like
it?
buffalo
It's
though.
bad.
I like hot sauce, buffalo sauce on it.
Try being an adult. Just give it
eat a
go.
vegetable, all right?
Yeah.
What is your go-to vegetable? What do you like?
I don't like any of them.
What kind of vegetables did you have
That
as a
might be a
kid?
problem.
Like, seriously, what kind did you get?
Canned green beans.
Canned. So you had canned
I had
vegetables?
canned, yeah.
Did you?
Oh, I did not know that vegetables didn't come in cans until
yes.
I met my wife.
Same. Same. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife introduced me to the fact that my mind was blown. What are you? Are you?
They
gonna-
don't taste good though. Give
what,
me a can.
what are you going to do with those green beans? Are you going to put those in a can and we'll eat those in 6 months? No. We're just going
The
to,
water?
you're sniveling those? Sniveling's a thing? You're going to snivel the green beans and then I'm going to eat them.
I like
It's a revelation.
Google that too.
So
Make
happy
a list
about
of
it.
things I gotta look up.
Sniveling. Yeah, that's a thing.
I thought I knew what that word was.
So you guys all did you have canned vegetables? What did you have? Canned? Just canned.
If you looked at me, vegetables. Jesus
Yeah.
A lot of our dinners was like, well, we have to give them a vegetable, and they just dump a can into a bowl, microwave, and throw some butter on it. And you're like, all right,
Yeah.
but it's
Here's-
margarine, not
This
as
is
butter.
the problem. The difference. The problem between you and me is that I still parent like that.
Just throw
My
in.
kids love canned green.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
I hate canned green beans.
We-
You know how Collinsville trash I am. My kids will eat canned green beans out of a bowl with their fingers. Just fish it out of
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah, in the water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tastes
Oh.
like
We have
aluminum.
a communal bowl of canned.
Do you
green
like
beans.
a green bean casserole?
No,
I hate it.
How do you feel about tuna helper? Because if you talk about childhood,
Tuna what?
tuna helper,
I did. I grew up.
Tuna helper?
hamburger helper,
Oh.
but with
Hamburger,
tuna,
yes. Chicken, maybe.
I-
Tuna, absolutely.
tuna tetrazzini
We had hamburger
from tuna helper that tastes like my childhood.
Hamburger helper was too. I won't eat it because we had it so much as a kid.
Yeah.
There's like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
like
yeah,
just so
same,
much.
same,
where I'm like,
same.
I don't want it. I can't
How
do
often
it.
do you guys go to Ponderosa?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral, you had one too.
Yeah, for sure.
Ponderosa, especially if like grandparents came in, that was like the
Mm.
big treat was to go to Ponderosa.
We had, this is another thing that blew my wife's, so clashing of cultures when I met my wife. So first of all, I found out the vegetables didn't come in cans.
Yeah. It's upsetting. when you find out, you're like, what
Changed
the
my life.
fuck?
Changed my life forever. The other thing that it didn't offend her, it shocked her. Growing up as a kid, we would go for Thanksgiving to Old Country Buffet for Thanksgiving,
Okay.
which is Ponderosa. It's
Yeah.
all the same.
It's the trashiest thing I've heard.
It's the
Yeah,
small.
for
It's the
sure.
smaller version. And I grew up like when I was trying to explain it to her, I was like, "This is tremendous. Everybody gets exactly what they want." And I don't know if that's the conditioning that my parents gave me of being like, "Hey, it's pretty great, huh? Everybody gets what they want." Meanwhile, they don't have to do any work. But for me, I was like, "It was great. It's so much."
They also
soft
made
serve.
him sit at a different table.
It was all soft.
It wasn't
serve.
like a whole family thing. It was just like, no, Brent, you go sit over there.
Yeah.
You go get over there.
I miss it so much.
All I can think about is sharing the story of the one time that you found out something wasn't normal.
Yeah.
But I can't tell mine on camera.
Okay, that's for after the show.
Yeah.
Not everybody's uncle was a little touchy.
Yeah.
Well, I put it on.
You can put it on and we can do the bossa nova music over the top of it just for us.
I mean, I can tell you, it's hilarious.
I don't wanna put new
but
on through
but
much-
then I
that
gotta
much
go
work.
through, like,
Can we talk about anything else?
No, I've had some rough ones, like where I've had somebody explain to me that like they didn't know that you weren't supposed to be beat with like a wire hanger. I was like, holy shit! Like when people describe but like they didn't know. They're just telling you like they're normal. They're like,
yeah.
yeah, you know how that is. And I'm like, oh god.
I know you are. Are you familiar with Two Bears One Cave, the other podcast that those comedians do?
The other one. Yeah,
The
the
other
only
one.
other one. Number two
So-
to us.
Bert is drinking a gallon of Kool-Aid every day.
Yeah,
One of
yeah.
those that's pretty. Imagine watching that with your spouse with a gallon of Kool-Aid next to you that you've been drinking for the last 2 months.
Yeah, you found out last week that wasn't
And
normal.
he's having a breakdown that's not normal, and
Yeah.
and then I'm going, yeah, I do that too.
You don't like water?
No,
There's water in Kool-Aid.
there's water in Kool-Aid.
I get that a
It's
lot.
mostly water. It's some water.
There's water.
I put water in it.
Yeah.
I have to do it after that. But
What else is on? What else is on those?
what else you got?
We've got the state of modern medicine and we've got the Mount Rushmore
The
of.
state of modern medicine.
I went to the doctor.
Everyone's brain and bodies work differently, Ryan.
He has already been used.
I did.
Didn't.
That's a penalty for you.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor today because I've got a little bit of
a.
an injury, a little bit of a hip, abdomen.
We get it. You're old.
Looks
Yeah.
fine to me.
That's it. You just wake up and you're old. It happens.
That's actually Brent's phone.
That does take me back. It sounds like my grandma's house. Is that 855 City Dad? Somebody should go answer it. Hold on, we'll wait for it.
Just wait.
I just let it yell at it.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to do more sadness?
What's up?
Nothing.
Yeah, get out of here.
Important work call.
Yeah, you're getting a phone call.
It's just the prosecutor.
Are they calling you here too?
It's Wolf.
All right.
This is your phone and you have to. Your phone is flashing.
Oh, that's not mine. His looks like mine, but bigger.
Oh, you're good. It went away now. But it was like,
They're both green.
She doesn't watch the show. It's okay.
State of modern medicine.
State of modern medicine.
I went to the doctor today because I'm old. Yes, I'm old. I'm old. I have a little bit of a hip, abdomen,
How old is he?
muscle thing. And I went in and he was like, "What's the problem?" And I was like, "I got a pain in this region here." And he's like,
Take your pants off.
"You probably got some tendonitis." That was to make a long story short, you got tendonitis. Are there things that make that hurt? And I was like, I mean, running kind of triggers it. If I try and do like ab work, that's kind of a bummer. And he's like, "Don't do that."
Solid medical advice.
End of appointment.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the advice.
Yeah,
that was the advice that I paid a $40 copay
Yeah, you're
for.
getting older. That's
Yeah.
what medicine is for us.
Don't do things that
Yeah.
hurt.
I started getting motion sickness, and the doctor was just like, "Yeah, that's your ears. Your liquid in your ears is hardening."
It's dried up.
And I'm like, "Is there anything to do about it?" Nope. That's just going to happen more and more.
Your-
You're going to get worse. I was like, "Okay."
Your head fluid's dried up.
Yeah.
It evaporated.
Yeah.
You're just going to be dizzy for the rest of your life.
Can I still ride roller coasters? You can. You're going to get sick, but you can do it. I'm like, all right.
The good news is it's probably not going to be a long life, so you won't be dizzy for long.
No,
You're
I'm out of here
way
on the
closer.
earliest flight.
Way closer to the end than the beginning. That was it. That's the end of the modern medicine. It seems like there should have
I
been.
thought it was going to be about like your wife's surgery or something.
No,
like that, but
it
like,
should have.
yeah.
No, it should. I just felt like there should have been
He
more.
looked at a 50-year-old man and goes, "Yeah, you're going to have hip problems, man."
Let
Yeah.
me tell you what the flip side of that coin looks like.
Okay.
Because I spent like hundreds of dollars and countless hours in physical therapy for my doctor to also tell
Okay.
me there's nothing I can do.
You think he did me a kindness?
Yes.
Yeah,
At
she's
least,
just-
at least he saved you.
Sure.
First of all, your copay is $40.
Yeah, excellent
You gotta get better
insurance.
insurance.
Yeah. Oh, yours is low. I gotta work in the state, I guess.
I mean, it's lower.
You guys have insurance?
I don't use it, but I have it. I'm not going to the doctor.
Didn't know you guys were doing that well.
I did go to the doctor, yeah. Arthritis in my shoulder, which took
But I'm the old one.
5 months to diagnose. I have arthritis.
He's been that motion has just been.
Right.
Oh, the elbows. I get it.
But the elbow's connected to the shoulder
And
bone.
like your left one seems to be like overcompensating a whole lot.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah, it sucks getting old. That's breaking news.
Yeah. Our bodies are decaying.
Last item that I want to talk about, the Mount Rushmore of lady R&B groups. You brought this up, and I don't know which way you're going to go with this. Are you going physical appeal as a misogynist? Or are you talking about like what are the greatest hits coming out of?
TLC's number one on my board.
Because we brought up TLC last week. Is that what triggered it for you?
I've been listening to a lot of TLC radio. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, what's on it? Give me some of the highlights.
Yeah.
Color Me Bad. It's pretty great.
Okay.
Belle Biv DeVoe.
All right.
BBD.
They have one song.
Yeah.
Oh, they got it. Bobby Brown, For All His Faults. Much better artist than he is person.
Every time I hear Belle Biv DeVoe, I don't think of his music, their music. Is it a group? It's just his name. Doesn't matter. I don't hear his music. I hear Boys to Men singing Motown Philly, where they reference Belle Biv DeVoe every time.
That's weird though, but that's not fair. So you think Boys to Men?
I would
You
like
Boyz
Boys to Men better
Yeah.
than
Of course.
Yeah.
Whatever you're
Belle
gonna say
Biv
is
DeVoe.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
it's
But Boys to Men is not on TLC.
Lauryn Hill, a lot of Lauryn Hill, a lot of Fugees. They're
Lauryn
going
Hill's
there.
pretty good.
Is Fugees?
But Lauryn
technically-
Hill's their Fugees is a blended group. So is that a girls?
Is that I don't know, but Lauryn Hill's doo-wops, and that's a great album. But I think to me, it's TLC, In Vogue,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Salt and Pepper,
Yeah. There's one more you're missing.
and then
it's-
Destiny's Child. would
That's
be
it. That's the fourth. Yeah.
Salt and Pepper.
It's a real hard ER he brought out there. Yeah.
Embarrassing.
But I also don't know any other ones besides the four. Like if you're talking
I think that's
exclusively
it.
ladies.
I think
don't
that's
know.
the four.
Is S Club 7 R&B? I don't.
That's
SWV.
I want to say male.
No, it's
S Club 7.
S Club 7.
I did some research because I prepare for this,
Okay.
sadly, and I came up with the same four, right? Salt and Pepper, In Vogue, TLC,
It's there on the rundown.
Destiny's Child. It is on the rundown, and I
And
pulled
Destiny's
out
Child
some
gets
hits.
barely in on the 90s. 'cause
Here's
it
the
really
thing.
started taking off.
And
in
this
the
is
90s.
where I started to get tripped up because Destiny's Child as a trio,
Well, in the 90s, there was 4 of them.
they're fine for a short period, sure. They're fine, but like Beyonce
Scenario there.
pushes them so far up. Just replaced her like Aunt Viv, and then no one noticed. So some hits, right? Say My Name, Survivor, Jumpin' Jumpin', Bootylicious, which I enjoy saying, and Bills, Bills, Bills. Like those are some bangers.
What about your
ER on
TLC? I'll take TLC over Destiny's Child any day.
Yeah. So I'm going to end with Salt and Pepper and In Vogue, and one song in particular though. So TLC for sure, Creep, Waterfall, No Scrubs, Unpretty. What About Your Friends? What About Your Friends?
Talk about sex.
I get so excited to talk. Yeah, I get
Did you
so
say Creep?
excited
Did you say Creep?
every time. Yeah, Creep was where I started off. Yeah. In
Red
Vogue,
Light, Red Light District.
In Vogue
That album was so good,
It's
top to
so good.
bottom.
is great, right? Free Your Mind. You hear that opening
Mhm.
sound for Free
That's
Your
actually
Mind.
right. Is there? Is that is that just In Vogue, or is that because there's a song that Salt and Pepper and
I'm
In
so
Vogue
glad you
were on
asked.
together?
That's not the one. So Don't Let Go, Hold On, Free Your Mind. That's In Vogue, right? Salt and Pepper, Push It, Shoot, None of Your Business. Let's Talk About Sex. What a Man.
What a Man's great,
What a Man is the combination between Salt and Pepper
and In Vogue.
and In Vogue.
Ah, okay.
And I would tell you, I don't know what game you're playing, if you're playing greatest group, but if you're looking for greatest song out of women's R&B from the 80s and 90s, I'm going to go with that and that mashup between those two.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to beat it.
I don't know.
It's not even my favorite.
So
song.
here's the super. I was super high. I was listening to TLC radio, and it went from TLC. I think What About Your Friends to a Lauryn Hill song, and I thought, man, how great would that be if they went on tour together, and then Lauryn Hill stepped in as the L for TLC.
Well, she's going to step in about 7 hours late because she doesn't start a show on time. But it will be great by the time she gets there.
What seemed
She's
Oh.
she's notorious for not starting shows on time. Do you not know that? Is this news for you? I'm
excited you put this much effort into that. Like me just texting.
I'm gonna propose "What a Man" with a combination Salt and Pepper and Vogue, best song out of women's R&B group from the 80s and 90s. 855 City Dad. If you've got a better submission, let them know.
Jolene.
So next week we'll do all male.
They're gonna
So like
be-
we can get into the Boys and Men belt of Color Me Bad.
Yeah,
Color Me Bad's awful, but it's so good. Yeah. Cool. Fun talks. What do we got?
I think we got to talk about soccer again. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
we want to talk
it's,
about a look at. It's Kansas City Sporting KC
it's
Saturday
Sporting
night.
Kansas City,
It's-
one of the few teams in the league worse than us.
National Go Fuck Yourself Kansas City Week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
see a Kansas City fan, kick him in the balls. You know?
Yeah, agreed. They just fired their coach hours ago. It's been a
Breaking
long time-
news.
Long time coming.
As this post 3 days after the news happens. When we put this out there.
They've been pretty terrible since we've been in the league. And Pete Vermees was the longest. I think it's the longest.
Kansas City's been terrible since we came into the league. Didn't they?
And they knocked us out of the playoffs.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just. Was that as a? That's a.
Yeah, that was a 1-9 seed.
Okay. That's the exception that proves the rule. Is what you're doing.
I didn't say we were any better.
I'm
I
sorry.
just said they've been bad.
Inter Miami also got knocked out of the playoffs in the first round last year.
Corey, do you want help
Only
or
one
do
team
you
can win.
do you want me to listen?
Gentle parent that.
What else do you have
Take
for
your
Kansas
gentle
City? So we're gonna go to
parent,
Kansas City.
Stick it up your
Do
ass.
you feel
Are you
good?
going to Kansas City?
No, I don't think so.
Are we good?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is
There's
Jen-
a watch party at the Ultra club that I might go to.
Is Johnny Russell still playing for? Where's he at now?
I didn't.
But he's not on
into
Sporting
that.
KC anymore?
I didn't know you were going to ask me.
Kansas City's the
I
bottom.
No, he was a free agent last year. They let him walk.
Here's the thing. I would punch him in the face if I knew he would kick my ass badly.
Yeah.
But like he's one guy I've every year I'm like, I want to hate this guy for a long time. Like
Yeah.
I want to pick out players on Kansas City that I want to hold. You know.
Okay. Yeah. All of them. You can hit all of them.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick.
Like Salvador.
He was the worst.
Yeah. I always felt like there was like a little gnome hiding in his beard. Look at his beard. I don't know what to tell you. It looks.
But gnomes have beards, so is it going to be a beard and a beard situation?
That's why I almost feel like it's the gnome's beard. Like
Okay.
he couldn't grow it in.
He's just wearing a gnome.
And then he put a gnome here. It's like a troll situation with the hair. Yeah.
What if it's just a bunch of gnomes stuck on top of each other, like Little Rascal style, and
Yeah.
that's what's running around the pitch for Kansas City? It's just a
I
stack
don't
of
know.
gnomes.
Johnny Russell just
Here's
has
the thing.
those little hanging.
As much as I
assets
want it-
for plans.
Johnny Russell's quads, holy, his whole like is like
Now
it's
we're talking.
yeah.
Are we doing the thing again where we're making up names because Johnny Russell feels like a made up name? In
Johnny
the world of
Russell,
soccer,
horrible
Johnny
guy.
Russell feels
Love
like
his bourbon.
okay.
Scotch.
Johnny Russell Blue.
Johnny Russell, Johnny Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Russell, if
Johnny's.
you're listening, send
I-
Corey a pic of your hog.
Here's the thing. Like if we can beat Kansas City in KC, we're still going to be in the playoffs right now, and we beat Kansas City, so it's
Yeah.
going to feel much better after these two. And Ito's going to be back on the pitch, which will be
That's
no.
not gonna happen. Edu was not available this game because of his red card, but he was also I'm not going to use the term dismissed, but he's left the team for personal reasons.
Really?
He's not practicing, he's not training due to personal reasons right now. I don't know what that means. I don't think they've elaborated.
That's the 2 times last year too. Same similar thing.
Yes, and we know now both times for his wife, so
So could be
hopefully that's not it. But yeah,
sweet.
it's,
So
we
he's
can't
not
talk shit about it because
We don't
could
know.
be that.
we don't know.
Okay. So where do you Ostrak get a look? Can we find something that makes you excited?
So here's the thing. So I think that last 15 minutes looked a lot better, and that could have been for any number of reasons. I mean, you're at home and you're chasing the game, so you should have been dominating at that point. But Celio, Ostrak, Klaus, and Hartl seem like a 4 in attack that, well, it's not even seem like they've created more chances than anything else we've ever seen. And in my opinion, that's because you put Celio and you put Hartl out wide. And Hartl last year, when he scored all those goals and he was having all those assists, he was playing left wing, or left attacking wing. He was out in the wing more, getting more space. And I think that's the recipe for success. It's not what Melberg wants to do. It's very obviously he wants to play through the middle. But 5 games into the season, when you've scored 0 goals in the run of play outside of that LA game, you got to try something new. So I would be shocked if we don't see yet another new formation, maybe some wide players. I don't know that Toyshirt will be ready to go, but that he's kind of the linchpin. If Toyshirt's in there, you want him in the middle, you want him underneath Klaus, Betcher, whoever. But if he can't play, I don't see any reason why Celio and Ostrak aren't plugged in there and they try something new.
I'm pretty sure when I looked at the standings, I'm pretty sure I might get this slightly wrong, but it's pretty close. 6 and 12. Kansas City scored 6. They've given up 12. So if there's anything that leads to hopefulness that we'll finally be able to score the ball, that's it.
Same
Now
thing,
that
though,
they've scored 6, which is a big number compared to us.
You saw in this game, I think it's going to be the same thing. It's every team is going to just go, here's the ball. Good luck, right? Like, and that's.
Are there any teams where they don't let you have the ball? Where they're just
Philadelphia,
no balls?
There are teams. This is the thing though, is I would have said that in Philly. Like we're going to have all the possession in Philly. We had none of it.
Yeah.
I would have. So obviously we did the show last week and we're not going to have the ball. We had most of it. We had 55% ish. I think we had a majority of the possession
Because
in
it
that
didn't
game against
matter.
Austin. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a meaningless statistic in soccer.
I'm saying if I was another team, I would give like good luck. You take the ball.
I understand what you're saying. I think that would go poorly for him eventually. I like it. There's enough talent on that field that if you give us the ball for 60 minutes, I think we find one of those games. I hope we find one of those games.
I hope so.
So to close this out, we're optimistic. We feel like we got a chance next week, and that's more exciting.
I think you figured out what doesn't work. There was a lot of experiments in
That's a positive takeaway.
This is the glass half full.
Yeah.
We figured out what didn't work. Hey, Kyle Hebert, not a wing back. We figured that out.
My favorite text from yesterday. So hey, Kyle Hebert passed it out of bounds again. Yeah, just every time stamp that it
every 6 minutes.
A lot of copy and paste. That's going to do it for our soccer talk. That's going to do it for City Dads for this week. Thank you, everybody, for those joining us. Before we go, real quick, I don't know what the final score was on this gentle parenting. The score doesn't really matter because it's always fun
a tie.
when you get to, in the spirit of City SC, it's a tie. It's always fun when we get to clown Ryan, so I think that makes us both winners. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Ryan Ballard. We got Owen number 2 back there. We got Corey Smith. I'm Brent Callahan. We are the City Dads. We're sorry. We'll try to do better next time.